Hi, I'm Orest. I've played games all my life, though I've always had a thing for fantasy and adventure genres. I played my first text-based game around the age of 13 after playing Dungeons & Dragons, and I've been addicted ever since. It started off as a minor thing, just logging in to grind up levels and see what people are up to, but as the years went on and I stuck around, I got engaged in role-playing, I got into politics, I became a baron, I joined a cult, and I nearly got exiled for occultic murders. And then I did get exiled for burning down an orphanage. In my defense, the orphans started it. Things can get pretty hectic in text-based games. I also served as a volunteer in a few games. I built game content, and I got to speak with actual developers and programmers to spin ideas for skills and features that would make the games better. Most of my ideas were too grand, or more commonly was the case, too difficult to implement with current server software. I'd considered making my own game a few times in the past, but now I'm learning programming, so there's no reason not to. So I've been making my own text-based game, and with it I want to merge the best parts of storytelling and the best gameplay mechanics to create an immersive experience that everyone can enjoy. Pilgrim Online is the current working title, and it's subject to change as progress marches on. It's kind of a shout-out to a quote from one of my old friends who quoted us as void pilgrims because of how we sort of jump between game worlds so often. The largest reason people play these kinds of games is because they want to be something magical. In a text-based game, you can do and be just about anything the setting permits. There's no real graphical restraints breaking the immersion of your actions, and you're essentially the protagonist of your own story. You can be the antagonist in someone else's, or you can lurk at the sidelines watching other people's stories unfold. In a persistent world that's easily altered, you get to see stories and characters leave a lasting impact that gets preserved in the world's history. People with charisma and political savvy can also thrill in watching their characters take over player-led organizations and lead them to greatness or ruin. Attraction to any game also depends on its rules. In Pilgrim Online, you gain character levels through questing, crafting, and combat. Combat with NPCs and with other players will involve a real-time system that rewards adaptation and skill. Attacks and abilities often present your opponent with a telegraph that an attack is coming, giving them time to react accordingly. This means players are rewarded more for good timing and strategy than arbitrary number generation. Most abilities are learned by progressing in different skill sets by using skills or studying others using them. With Pilgrim Online, we're trying to offer as much freedom to character progression as we do to creativity. People won't choose classes to define their skills. Instead, they'll be presented with opportunities to learn extra skill sets and progress in whatever ones do appeal to them. Oh, and completionists will really like this. You will be able to learn all of the skill sets. There might even be achievements for doing so. The largest focus around my game is on expandability. I want to be able to create content regularly and release it without interruptions to the users. I want to give players themselves the privilege of creating and submitting their own ideas for expansion, and I want to incentivize the community itself to help contributing with the game content. I'm developing a variety of builder tools that will help people create new areas, and more tools explicitly for administrative builders that will let them improve, attach, and populate player-built areas with NPCs. All of the appearance and flavor texts can be tailored right down to all the little ambient lines that people can view just while idling in rooms. Eventually, I plan on introducing paid items that will give people advantages in PvP, though I'm also going to make sure that most perks are obtainable through in-game means. There's a large variety of items I could create, ranging from stat bonuses to unique ability items and consumables. Finally, we're also setting up a website. We're aiming to have community forums, galleries for art and story submissions, and a feed to game information. The idea is eventually to hold monthly competitions for user entries, with winners being rewarded with in-game perks like achievements and premium currencies. Yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, Pilgrim Online. Remember it.